Hi, I'm Jody Ann Stevenson from Bad Dog Rebel Fitness and Yoga. We have an event every 3 months in the studio on the occasion of the solstices and equinoxes called the 108. It's a common event at yoga studios and with yoga practitioners around the world. But the 108 is a traditional practice that allows us to kind of check in with our breath, with our bodies, with our spirit, with our minds, and happens in this regular cyclical fashion. So it's a great event to get into the habit of doing. Our 108 come in conjunction with a Facebook fundraiser. So you have to give at least $10 to our Facebook fundraiser in order to join our 108. This month, on December 19th, on the occasion of the winter solstice, we will be raising money for the Equal Justice Initiative. Please look them up and see what great work they're doing. And if you're moved to do so, please give to that fundraiser. I am about to show you the different variations that you can use to participate in the 108, because the 108 is sort of intimidating to a lot of people. The thought of doing 108 sun salutations just seems really overwhelming, on top of the fact that a lot of people refer to the 108 as a kind of marathon of yoga. And it does require a little bit of, not a little bit, and depending on how you do it and what you're doing with your body when you do it, you do need a certain amount of physical endurance and definitely mental endurance when you're doing a 108. So I want to invite you, however, I would like to sort of demystify the 108 and take the fear away from the process of going through the 108, because I really think it's such a beautiful emotional, spiritual process to go through the 108 that it shouldn't be limited to people who feel like they can physically go through 108 sun salutations all the way through. But I am going to show you what a sun salutation looks like in the tradition that I was trained in. And then I'll show you some variations of that sun salutation that you can use throughout a 108 practice or any practice where sun salutations are involved. And then I'll show you a standing sun salutation that you can do. And I'll also show you a seated sun salutation that you can do. And I invite anybody who can do a seated, standing, or I don't want to say regular, but the traditional sun salutation. Anybody that can do any of those three variations is welcome to come to the 108. And I'll be honest, even if you came to the 108 and just sat in meditation the entire time, the 108 is a movement meditation. So even if you came to the 108 to sit in seated meditation with us the entire time, you would benefit from that experience. So it takes about an hour and a half to get through all of the sun salutations and the little breaks we take throughout. And yeah, if you're in seated meditation for an hour and a half even, that's a lot of mental energy. It's a lot of grounding. And yeah, I think anybody that does meditation can tell you that even that would be quite a feat in itself. Okay, so it's not always about the physical practice, in other words. And I don't want anybody to be scared off by the physical practice of 108 sun salutations. Okay, so I'm going to show you what a basic sun salutation in my power yoga classes looks like. We start the sun salutation, not the practice, of course, but the sun salutation, we start from down dog. So we start in down dog, push back in down dog and exhaling. And then we inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, exhale, come forward, half lift, inhale, forward fold, exhale, all the way to standing back, then pull the belly button in toward the spine and tighten the glutes. Exhale, forward fold, half lift, inhale, hands down, chaturanga, all the way down. You stay about 1 to 2 inches off the mat, and then you turn the feet into an up dog. Inhale there, and then exhale to down dog. So that's one sun salutation. and we do 108 of those. Now, nobody I've ever practiced with, I've seen it happen in practices that I've done, but no one I've ever taught through a 108 has actually done 108 of those, where you come up to an up dog and you're in that full chaturanga. Most people will mix those up with something that looks like this. So you're in down dog. All right, same kind of basic beginning. You inhale the heels up, look forward, come forward. Maybe you walk it forward to that half lift inhale, forward fold exhale, all the way to standing back bend. Same thing here, right? Forward fold exhale, and then half lift inhale. And then you might take your hands down, walk your feet back instead of jumping. And then you might take your knees down and come down to a knee chaturanga. You might come all the way to the floor, do some variation of all of those things, and then come up to a small cobra, inhaling up there. And then before you come to your down dog, you might push down up through your knees and come from your knees to that down dog. Okay, so there's lots of ways to lighten up that first full sun A. Okay, so here's another thing that you can do. Here's a standing sun salutation. So even if you came to the 108, which is, by the way, all online. So even if you joined the 108 online and you did the sun A from this, from standing, exhale down, forward fold, half lift inhale, forward fold again, all the way to standing back bend, and bring the hands down. And here you would just wait. You would just wait until we go again. Okay, so if you're doing a standing sun A, it's going to look like this. And you can do 108 of those. Still going to be a very meditative practice. Okay, here I'm just going to show you how you can even do a seated sun salutation. So feet are under the knees are in front of the hips, belly button is in toward the spine, shoulder blades down the back. Of course, I didn't cover that in all the other, but we do that, of course, all those things in the other sun salutations. Inhale up, forward fold, and you just come as far down as you can. So if you can come down, it's so far that you can touch the sides of your ankles or touch the floor between your feet, you can do that. Or maybe you just have your hands on your knees and you're coming as far, this is as far down as you can come, or maybe even this far, whatever, but you come as far down as you can. And then half lift, so you're gonna still be leaning forward, put a little bit of an arch in your back, look up. All right, forward fold again, come down as low as you can, and then inhale back up to the top and hands down. Now, so let me just do one of those smoothly because I talked a lot through that. So inhale up, forward fold, half lift, forward fold, come all the way up, and hands come down. And then again, you would just wait until we go again for the next one. So that's like 4 different ways to do the 108 physically. And then the mental practice and the emotional bit of it and the breath work in it comes by doing the 108 repetitions. So I hope that you'll find some method that works for you and that you'll consider joining us in the studio on December 19th at 10 a.m. for our Winter Solstice 108. And then maybe even after that, making it a practice for yourself that you do throughout the year. All right. Thanks for joining.